Yo, what's good? It's your guy Brahma, and in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I made this G-Funk banger. Okay, we're gonna go through all of the instruments, every element, one by one. We're gonna break it all down so that you get an understanding of how to craft a funky West Coast beat for yourself. It may inspire you and motivate you to go to the lab right now and start cooking up. Okay, so I don't want to talk too much. We're gonna get right into it. All I ask though is if you could do me a favor by liking this video, subscribing if you're digging it, and leaving a comment if you're feeling it. That helps push this into the algorithm and get to more producers just like you trying to soak up game and step up the music production game. Okay, I'm not a gatekeeper, so you shouldn't be either. You should be looking for the good karma that's going to come back by you helping me do this and spread the message. Okay, now let's get into the beat without further ado. I'm gonna play it for you first, and then we're gonna start breaking everything down. Okay, so that's the gist of the beat. You heard everything in it for the most part. Now we're gonna go through each element one by one. Because that's one of the primary elements of this beat. So I want to get to that. So first, I'm gonna share with you all of the plugins too. As I break everything down, each plugin that I used in this beat, so you'll be able to grab it. I'm putting links to each one of them in the description. Now there are secret plugins that aren't released to the public and will only be available in my Ape Army. So if you want to join, leave a comment and let me know that you're interested in joining. But anyway, I'm going to talk more about it in the future videos too, so that you know what it's really about. The first element of this is drums, and I use my secret weapon, which is the drum tank. Let's play the loop. So what's so special about these drums is that they're clean. I went through each one of these and ran them through my SSL compressor so that when you're using this, you're using the same level of drums sonically as the higher up producers, the producers with platinum hits. That's what I did. I went and I carved out all of the dirty frequencies. I boosted all of the golden frequencies in these, and the drums they're already clean, ready to bang. And so there's two drum kits. Each drum kit has 5 banks in it, and there's 10 sounds in each. So that means this is loaded with 100 drums already ready to go, cleaned up. So that's why they sound like that. You can see in here, I haven't even really did any crazy mixing on them. I haven't did no EQs or compressors because they're already processed that way. All you have to do is literally turn these drums up or down, and they got their own mixer in here. So you'll be able to do that straight from the plugin if you want to. Okay, so anyway, let's get to the next element of this track, which is going to be the keys. And these keys are from the Soulstar plugin, right? And I love using this plugin because the keys are soulful. They have beautiful, beautiful soulful keys. So you could do a neo soul track with this. You could do a 70s funk track with this. You could do a modern R&B track with this. These keys are very vintage. These have been ran through the SSL compressor too. I'm sorry, the SSL analog channel with EQs and compressors on it as well. So it's touched everything in that board, all of the circuitry and all of that. So all of the converters and everything. That's why these keys sound so fat and vintage. Real simple key chord progression. So when I'm doing this, I'm imagining that I'm a one-man band. So I gotta get in the keyboard player mode. I gotta get in the drummer mode. When I'm doing the bass line, I get into the bass guy mode. I get into the bass player. Speaking of the bass, this is the Mutter Mount bass inside the Bigfoot bass expansion. I'm sorry, Bigfoot bass plugin. And there's a secret expansion that I'm going to be giving to everyone who has this plugin already. This expansion is not going to be released to the public. I'm already building it inside the Moog Messenger. So it's vintage, it's fat, it's coming from the Moog right into my SSL compressor, straight into the plugin. So you're gonna have converter power like crazy. There's also another secret expansion called Swamp Funk Bass that I'm keeping to myself. That one's not going to nobody. I might give it out to a few people, but that one's not going out to nobody. So as far as I know right now, let me play the bass line for you. I was going straight up Dr. Dre, early 90s, Chronic album. I played this bass line 16 bars all the way through. I wanted to give it a real feel, and I was in here jamming about an hour, probably hour and a half before I even laid the bass down, because I wanted to really get into that vibe. When you're working from the mentality of being a one-man band, you gotta get in the groove of each player that you're playing. So if I'm playing the bass player, I gotta get in that bass player vibe. Okay, so now the next one is the Talkbox, and there's a couple of things that the Talkbox is doing. The Talkbox is playing off of the bass. You'll hear, just so that you understand what's going on in this beat, everything's orchestrated with one another. So the Talkbox is going with the bass line. There's some chorus instruments or some kind of elements, pre-chorus instruments that come in and start playing along with the bass line too, because it's all in sync. It's all in sync. So I want them to, I'm treating it like an orchestra. I'm treating it like a real band. The bass player and the guitar player got to be in sync and jamming and grooving off of each other's riffs. They can't be battling each other. And if they are battling each other, it's in good competition where they're playing off of one another, not against one another. So you're not going to hear clashing. I went through that, and I know I hear producers today going through that. The beat sounds like it has way too many tracks in it, way too many sounds in it, but it's because every instrument is doing something different where they should be all harmonizing one another. So let me play this Talkbox. Right? It's harmonizing with the bass line. And now when we come in, check this out. There's a layer that I added. Right? They're in harmony. They're in harmony. And that's the key to layering and also adding as many instruments as you want to. This sounds like a real band. I have pianos in here. I got guitars. I got leads, all kind of stuff. Keys and pianos could play together if you keep them in sync. So let me play this sound effect for you. The sound effect is from the Gangstar plugin. If you didn't know it, the Gangstar plugin has sound effects in it. Right? And this one is right after the fourth bar or the fifth bar going into the second half of the beat. Let me play it. Right? Just enough to kind of give it like just a whoop, just to kind of give rise to the second half of the track. And then there's a Funkadelic lead. This used to be the Machiavelli bass, which was from Gangstar, because you could use the basses as leads. You just play it higher up. It's muted right now. So that's higher up at the bottom end. So it's really just being creative with it, man. You could use basses as leads and leads as basses. That's a secret. That's some secret sauce right there, man. Take that with you and apply it. But let me play the Funkadelic lead by itself. I chose this one over the Machiavelli one just because I thought it was closer to the feel I was going for. Like I said, early Dr. Dre Chronic album feel I was going for. but I might blend them and just pan them one, one to the left, one to the right to give a stereo field kind of feel. And when you layer your instruments together like that, you're creating a new one that didn't exist before. Right? So that's some secret sauce right there when you're layering your Apeshyt plugins. So here's a jam on a guitar, which I showed you in the previous video. This is from the Funkstar plugin. I'm going to put all the plugins in the description so you'll be able to grab exactly what I'm using. This jam on the guitar is crazy. I love it because it really sounds like I was in the lab with the guitar player from Funkadelic or something. And so I also got a dirty wah guitar that's harmonizing with it, right? It's playing a higher octave. And it's all the way in the other ear, whereas the jam on the guitar is in another ear too. So they're stereo to make it sound like I got one guitar player over here and one guitar player over there, and they're jamming with each other to create this sonic environment that you hear. Okay? So also, okay, so now I have another two elements that are playing together and they're harmonizing together too. In their transition, that's why I have an effect for the transition too, but I wanted to put these synth lead sounds in this bass that I'm treating like a lead in a transitional situation too. So where it kind of gives the listener an idea that the track is transitioning from here to like a hook or pre-chorus. Right, it's kind of going down. Then that's the Boggy Woods bass, which is the Bigfoot bass plugin. And then here's a Snoopy lead, which is part of the Apeshyt synth plugin. This was our first synth plugin. The first synth plugin I ever created was this Apeshyt synth plugin. So I went ham. I put all of the sounds that I ever created in Logic and created new ones and put them in this plugin. And so there was old synthesizers I was resampling, all kind of stuff that I made before, and I just wanted to share it with the world. So let me share how these sound together. Right? And when I play the beat back, I want you to listen to how that transition happens and how they sound in there together. I got them panned from one ear to the other ear too as well to create that stereo field. Now here's an effect that's part of this this Ape Army Arsenal plugin that only my Ape Army soldiers are going to be able to grab. This expansion is called the M4 effects. It comes with about 33 effects. So this is the last one. Right? To give it that real kind of transitional vibe. So now that you've heard everything, I'm going to play the beat back so that you could hear it from the perspective that I just gave you since we broke everything down. Now you could hear every element in it, and I want you to hear it as we ride through. Let's play it. Oh, I didn't play you the piano. Now the piano is really, really on some death row stuff. Check it out. It sounds old. This is from the Apeshyt Keys plugin, soprano piano. And I wanted to make this sound like it was a piano left out in the rain that got tarnished and brought back in and retuned. But it still has the wear and tear on it. Right? And I was going straight for old Funkadelic Dr. Dre vibes with that line. And I want you to hear it with the keys so that you can understand they go together. Right? No clashing, they're all together because that piano is really going with the bass. Right? Crazy. So as long as you keep all of your instruments in sync, you could add as many as you want to, and one could build upon the other, and you could have supporting instruments that bring more power and more presence to a sound and help it give rise. So it could actually stick out more in the beat and play its part, while you got all these other supporting elements kind of helping it do its thing, lifting it onto a platform. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you and break down this beat to give you some secret gems on how you could do the same thing to make your beat stand out. Okay. So that's what it is, man. This is basically what I've shown you as a one-man band theory throughout breaking this beat down that I apply when I'm making my beats. If you want to hear another beat that I broke down from the bottom to the top, it's another West Coast banger. Check out this video right here, man. You definitely want to see it because I go through every element in every plugin I used as well, and I give you some secret gems that you could take with you and apply to make some funky bangers. Okay, let's get it.